almost falls down. Throws to the end zone.
It will change, and I'm not trying to tell you something. It's going to change. It's not like that. Okay, but I want you to understand where I'm coming from. It will change. And it will change because they wanted to change, not because of me. It will change because they want to be champions.
Smith in a gun, the throw on his left hip. Third down, Alex takes the snap. Alex looking, got it, post, and it's good! Touchdown, 49! Vernon Davis with the play of his life. It all comes to this fourth down. 4th and 4 at the San Francisco 10. Ryan in a shotgun. Rodgers to his left. 3 receivers right. Ryan takes the snap. Looking, pressure, throws middle. Broken up, biting. Navarro Bowman. And the 49ers silence the house.
Oh shit, you fucking cunt. Do you hear that? Anybody hear that? That is the sound of silence. Jimmy G has backed the critics into a corner, pulled his cock out, and just dropped it down their throats to the point that they can't even talk anymore. And now, while they're gargling and struggling for air, what do they say? Oh, the defense now. It's the defense now. It's always going to be something. They can always suck my cock from the back. We're the Gold Blooded Podcast, and we're coming at you hot 11 and motherfucking 2. Steve, do your fucking thing.
Biggest win of the Shanahan era?
No question.
I hope you guys have some stories to tell, because after this boring game, we're going to have trouble filling time.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna get into what this is and all that. Steve, you do your thing, because I got it. Yeah, this is. I'm gonna take a break and watch.
Maybe you
golf.
didn't hear me. I asked if you wanted to take a drink of water first.
Oh, I got a fucking leader right here.
You're gonna need it.
Oh.
Me reading emails.
All right. I'll just fucking hammer through this whole thing.
The first one's good. There's one positive.
And then we'll revisit stuff we want to touch on more. All right, Matt Breida, D. Ford, and Joe Staley all played this week. Dante Pettis, knee injury, he did not play this week, but he should play versus Atlanta. Kwaski Tart did not play this week with the fractured ribs, and he did not practice today. He's day-to-day. Julian Taylor, elbow ligament, he did not play and is likely out again versus Atlanta. Kentavious Street obviously did not play, but there's a good chance that he gets activated and plays this week against Atlanta. Richard Sherman, hamstring strain, he did not return, and he will not play versus Atlanta. I think they're thinking multiple weeks there.
Yeah, I mean, are you assuming like
if you
playoffs?
see him for Seattle, you're lucky.
Right.
Probably playoffs.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's my guess.
Yep.
DJ Jones, he suffered a new ankle sprain to go along with the pre-existing one. Same foot? Different foot?
Other one, I think.
Other one. Great. He did not return, and he will not play this week, and he may be missing the rest of the season. He's seeking a second opinion right now. D. Ford re-aggravated the hamstring that kept him out for a few games already this year, and he did not return, and he will miss a few weeks.
I would imagine we don't see him to the playoffs.
Yeah,
as well,
just keep him on the bench at this
Agreed.
point.
Yeah.
Weston Richburg, torn patellar tendon. He is done for the year, season-ending IR. Kawan Williams is in concussion protocol. He's day-to-day. Marquise Goodwin, suffering with ankle and knee issues. He was placed on season-ending IR. Good going.
Cunt.
Down. Okay. We released wide receiver Deontay Burnett and linebacker Christian Sam from the practice squad. And linebacker Demetrius Flanagan falls to the practice squad IR. We signed linebacker Joey Algiers.
That's right, Joey.
To the practice squad. We signed cornerback Big Dick Dante Johnson. And
He's back.
We signed wide receiver Jordan Matthews, and we signed offensive lineman Kofi Amachia and cornerback Jermaine Kelly to the practice squad.
That's, I think, the 4th time we've signed Jordan Matthews.
Yeah. The big one, obviously.
Oh, the fucking twat won.
Jordan Matthews was also an Eagle for a couple days, I think, right?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Twice this year, though. Like, in between our signings, he signed with them.
Hey,
Twice.
guy's getting a paycheck. So the biggest one here, obviously, is Weston Richburg. Starting center, has played fantastic all year long. Done with a torn patellar tendon.
What is that?
I'm not a doctor.
I think it's the tendon that holds your dick on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, he's done
I mean,
for the
I
year.
would assume it's a leg thing, right? If you had to get carted off.
Replacement is Ben Garland.
Garland.
Yeah, Ben Garland. All right, we're looking up patellar tendon right now.
Oh.
Okay.
Attaches the bottom of the kneecap to the top of the shin bone.
Just looking at the photo, that looks brutal.
He could play with that.
Tech Wizard is on it today, huh?
A completely disconnected kneecap.
Thank you, young Jamie.
Someone's on the ball, huh?
Yeah, young Jamie on the Adderall.
Wow.
All right. Obviously, well, we're looking at Contavia Street now with DJ Jones done for the year. Possible.
God, I hope he fucking destroys it, and then you have to love him. I hope he fucks his way to your heart.
So do I. But the guy literally has not played in 2 years.
Well, it's not his fault.
So, let's see. We're going down this list.
What do you want, antidepressants this week?
Yeah.
Why? Why you say?
You're like all in love with everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not his fault. Anyone else would be like, oh, this fucking guy, 2 years he hasn't played a fucking snap. He's fucking useless, Steve.
I don't know why. Usually I hate those picks when you draft a guy who's hurt. Yeah, usually I'm against it, but with him, I don't know why.
Because Steve hates him.
Yeah,
Because I hate it.
100%. Okay, good. What do you got to say now?
I say, let's see what he can do.
Okay, well,
We need him.
I mean, about what was the next thing you were going to discuss?
Yeah, I think that, I don't know. Okay. Anything else you guys want to discuss further here? This is a
I
fucking
mean,
list.
injuries suck, and it's going to definitely affect us moving forward. But hopefully Ben Garland, I think, is the big key to this party. And they say Dante Johnson is more or less going to be like a practice body, so it should be interesting how the cornerbacks hold up with Sherman fucked Italy up for a minute, right?
Yep.
Okay. So,
Well, also now we got a Kuwan Williams. If he doesn't play, then we're digging deeper on that chart.
Right,
and I'm looking at you, DJ Reed, because I think that is exactly what you are. You are a nickel corner, and every single time he's played nickel corner, he showed out.
Yeah, it's all about health when we're down this low.
Yeah.
Because if Mosley and Witherspoon stay healthy for a whole game, I'm comfortable with that.
Now, while we're on the injuries, I just want to address that back in 2011, when Harbaugh took that team to 13-3 and nobody saw it coming, a big reason why he did that is because that year we were the healthiest team in the entire NFL. What we're doing this year is unprecedented with the injuries that we've sustained, the starters that we've missed, missing games, like both of your tackles. Like, there's not many teams that can survive that. And they just keep doing it. So
yeah.
I think that speaks volume to the coaching staff. It speaks volume to John Lynch being able to stockpile this roster and just the coaching staff. I mean, having these guys ready to play that are behind, getting them locked in. It's hard to focus when you know that you're fucking third string, I would imagine. You're not as locked in as you would be as if you were the starter. It's just human nature, but
I just hope Ben Garland can play as well as he did on Sunday.
Right,
he played fantastic.
Yeah, there
He
was
played great. If he can stay there, we'll be okay.
They gave up a sack with him in there, but I mean, once he got the ball, once things got moving, he seemed to really mesh well with what was going on. So, all right, well, so
Ben Garland actually had one of the biggest plays of the game.
Yeah. He's been a starter in a Shanahan offense before.
Oh, okay.
So it's not out of the
news
question.
to him.
How did we acquire Ben Garland?
I don't remember.
Because I know Justin School's rookie this year, and the other fucking guy, what's his name? Brunskill is from the AAF. I don't remember how we got Ben Garland, but Chris is on the
Young
case.
Jamie's got it.
All right, Joe, this thing.
Okay, so Chris notching his first win in the prediction game by only being 37 points off. I mean, I think...
What did we say last week?
What do you mean? Oh, yeah, we were all
when we're all relatively close,
Yeah.
the game is absolutely nothing
I think,
remotely close.
I think I think the best way to sum this up is that the over-under on this game was 45, which was surpassed at halftime. So when the professional line makers are off by half, okay, what do you want from us? Sukomo rocks. So as we do, we're going to get into the game. Steve, you're going to do your rundown. I want to do my little ditty that I had here. So first of all, how did everybody watch the game? Rob, at home? Mm-hmm. Everybody watch the game at their collective homes?
At home. Chris
Everybody
was here.
have a nice, anything dramatic happen to anyone? Bad, anything? Everybody have a nice time for whatever it was worth?
On the game-winning field goal, my lovely fiance was standing right next to me, and I told her, I try to get her to care, and she just doesn't care at all. So I said, listen, look, they're about to make this kick. Why don't you at least come watch the kick with me? And she stood too close, and I lifted my arms up as it went through, and I elbowed her in the face. So, yeah, that happened.
Way to go, Steve.
I go, all right, well, just don't watch football anymore with me.
So here, so I had my boy Mo over for the first half, and we hit the rig like nonstop for the first half. He says to me at halftime, "Yo, this fucking game is too crazy. I got to get the fuck out of here." He's like, "My heart feels like I got to go." He left. Baby and I had a little bit of a tiff. We were still kind of wrapping things up from the prior Sunday, and I put her in her place this Sunday. I said, "If you ruin this Sunday for me, I'm gonna gut you." She kept her distance, but then came out in the third quarter, and we watched the end of it together. So we're watching the end of it, and it's a back and forth. It's a seesaw. Things are going crazy. I'm going crazy. Cats are scared. There's yelling. Good times. So Drew Brees comes down, right? He scores. He puts his team ahead with 53 seconds left. Now, I am wearing the sweater I wore here last week, and I'm wearing this hat. Now, I had to leave my house immediately after the game. I had somewhere I had to be. So my first stop was at the supermarket. So now they go to commercial after Drew Brees takes the lead. I take my sweater and hat off. I go, if I wear this to the supermarket, because I assumed they were going to lose at this point. I said, I'm going to stab someone right in the fucking face. I cannot get instigated on. Before the game comes back on, I say to myself, well, if I have to stab someone over it, then I will. And I put the sweater and hat back on. Fuck it, I'll go to jail is my thought process. And then I watch magic. I watch orgasm on TV. I watch George Kittle just... And I went to Stop and Shop proud. And that's how I wrap things up. But if I would have left that sweatshirt off, I don't think they would have came back.
Have you ever contemplated seeking professional help?
Never.
Because that you just described mental illness.
Yeah, I hear you. Why though?
You decided I would need to wear this, and it's worth going to jail.
Well, yeah.
Because I will stab somebody.
Well, again, I thought
over a football team
over a loss
of 20-something-year-old children.
Yeah.
Playing a game.
Yeah.
I mean, we all get just as amped. I did some yelling. I did some. I believe I texted that I injured my arm fist pumping.
Right.
I injured my fiance.
Definitely never. Yeah. But I definitely never said, you know what? Yeah. I mean, I'll go to jail because I'm wearing this. And if I don't, then it's going to be worse.
Right. Well,
for the team.
my fear.
It's mental illness.
My fear was that I would go to stop at the grocery store, and some fucking Saints fan would have something to say, and I would not be able to control myself. And that
That's I know it. I know what you meant. It's mental illness. I know what you meant.
Let it be.
I understand it.
But
and we all have it in this room. We're here because we have it.
I'm happy with it though. I'm happy with what they did. I don't care.
I mean, it's like all mental illness though. Like if they win.
Yeah.
Then it's okay.
Great.
The 49ers saved a life.
Possibly multiple.
2 lives, possibly. Yeah.
Possibly animals. Like, who knows where it could have gone from there, Chris?
But
once that ball gets rolling, it's hard to stop.
That last, those 53 seconds there. And I mean, even the 4th and 2, I mean, things were looking real bleak when they called that time out there. I was like, oh... the odds kept going up that I was going to get into an altercation, but then the W happened, and
this game signified to me all the talk every week means nothing. It means it's all a waste of time because every week it's a new narrative, and then the next week it's completely different. Jimmy G can't do this. Jimmy G can't do that. And then every week he does it again. Our play calling is this or that or this. And then we make the same exact play calls. They don't work out. But we come back and win, and nobody cares about the same exact play calls because we came back and won.
Yeah.
If Drew Brees ran more time off of that clock won that game, all we're talking about is the decisions we made on the drop, on the plays before.
Exactly.
It's all just wasted blah, 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 blah.
I hate results-based opinions and not actual process. It's about the process.
Yeah.
The results are the results. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But grade the process.
Yeah, second and short, trying to run the clock out. Shanahan might throw the ball. That's what he does. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Yep.
I will tell you this. If the 49ers had lost this game, I'm going to tell you who my biggest gripe would have been with. I think this one's going to be an odd nut to stomach. But if the 49ers did not win that game, I'd be really upset with Emmanuel Sanders. The hands on the ball, he had his hands on the ball, interception.
Yep.
He missed another one right through his hands, and it was at a key point in the game. I wish I had more information on time and quarter and such, but those two plays were glaring had they lost to me. I mean, I know what he
Sanders.
did.
I don't remember a
Emmanuel.
Sanders drop. I remember a Kittle drop.
2 Kittle drops.
Yeah.
No, Emmanuel Sanders had the interception drop.
I know exactly
And
what
then
you're
there was
talking about
another
there.
one. It was end zone. It went right through his hand.
That was Debo.
Was it Debo?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
Debo.
then that's
On
my bad.
the short little pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Debo.
Oh, I thought it was
No,
Sanders.
if we
My
lost
bad.
this game, Witherspoon, that ball hit him in the fucking chest
Oh, yeah.
to end the game
Yes.
on
Oh,
the
yeah,
Saints
yeah.
drive.
Yeah, Jessica didn't
Holy
understand
shit.
why
I looked at the TV and I was like, we just lost. We just lost.
Yeah.
There was your chance.
Yeah.
I mean, it hit him in what did Michael Thomas just fall down? I don't even think it was Michael Thomas. It was somebody
Yeah, I
else.
don't know.
Just
The
fell
receiver
down out of
just
the
fell
way.
down.
Oh,
Well, you got to put it yourself in it. I didn't put that much on him for not intercepting
no, of
that
course.
one.
I just meant because it was. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
it's the game. It's right there.
Yep. I mean, shit. You could have put it on the long snapper at the last fucking field goal. It was a high snap. And all right, let's just get into it. Offense off the top: 516 total yards, 354 passing, 162 rushing. We went 6 for 12 on third down, 1 for 1 on fourth down, 4 for 6 in the red zone. We allowed 3 sacks, 6 quarterback hits, and 8 tackles for a loss, and committed 1 turnover. So, shall I continue? Opening drive, it starts with back-to-back passes to Sanders, one of them being just the microcosm of Jimmy Garoppolo as a quarterback.
That might have been the craziest throw all year. Right? That was fucking insanity.
A fucking dart.
Like 5 guys he threw it between.
It was like one of those
through.
video games where you got to cross the road and the cars are coming.
Fucking
like there's like
completely.
four defenders and the ball somehow goes through them.
Yeah,
If you had one play you had to show somebody that's never watched football to explain to them the quarterback that Jimmy Garoppolo is, show them that play because that's what he is. Just fucking darts. And it's got to be my favorite throw of his that I've seen to date. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. It was like his second throw of the game in a first quarter. Like, you think I would have, like, this fourth quarter throw that he's made? No, that one. I want that one all the time.
That first drive for me, it was let me know that the day was going to be okay.
Yes.
Because when the Saints just drove on our defense without even running the ball, like, we've seen the run situation start games earlier, so I would have been okay with that. But they came out throwing against our defense, which is known for its pass defense. They marched the field and scored a touchdown, and I went, this could get really fucking ugly. And then Jimmy comes out and wags his dick right back at him.
So after the back-to-back throws to Sanders, you got a big pass to Debo, and it's capped off with a touchdown pass to Bourne on a 3rd and goal.
I'll tell you this, though. I know you're going to get to that point, but there was a point the Niners were down, like 28-14 or something like that. There was a long...
27-14.
There you go, right? I was getting texts from my fucking little dickhead cousin. Oh, it's over. Wrap it up. You never make... I was completely calm. I was like, we're in this. You know what I mean? Like...
because of that first drive.
Right.
If that first drive wasn't the way it was with all the passing,
right,
I would have been shitting my pants down 2 scores to them.
And yeah, then they come back and score with one play.
I think it's the trust that we have in our defense that we're going to be okay.
Yeah, and also
ultimately it didn't end up living up to that.
No.
But it's the trust that you have in your defense that you're going to be all right.
And our third down conversions. Yeah. But Kendrick Bourne, huh?
Yes. Talk about
once you get into the red zone. Once you get into the red zone,
he has. You said last week he was even. He's
he's in the green. He also, it seems like he doesn't play until we're in the red zone. Like what? I mean, I guess maybe because
he's a bigger body. He's the biggest body that we have on the field besides George Kittle.
Well, and you figure the defense goes Kittle, Sanders, lock them up.
Yeah, that
frees somebody up, and even Debo.
Yep. Yeah, great stuff.
And he's not a huge yards after catch guy, but fuck it, man. Fuck it. If that's what he's gonna do, catch him in the fucking red zone. Fucking keep catching him, Papa.
Now the second drive, very different story. We ended up going 3 and out following. You had a false start by Staley, failed sweep toss to Kittle, and then a sack on a 3rd and 12.
Ugh.
Felt a little uneasy there. And then we fell behind 20-7, and first play out of the gate was an 80-yard bomb to Emmanuel Sanders. Like, I didn't even fully look back up at the TV at that point. Like, I was looking at my phone, and I look up, the ball's in the air. I'm like, holy shit.
God bless Jimmy for having the balls to throw that, but Sanders made that play.
Yes.
I mean, that was a floppy duck, and Sanders made that fucking play.
I love that there was no flag. I love that they let him play because there was contact both ways, so...
The poor defense, after getting driven on, must have been like, come on, give us a fucking break.
And that's what I think attributed to the entire first half is that we were scoring so fast that the defense didn't have time to, 1, rest, or 2, make any adjustments to what the Saints were doing. So...
I have the best defensive piece of the week. I can't wait.
After falling behind 27-14, we end up scoring another touchdown, this time in only 3 plays, as opposed to just 1 play. You had the pass to Debo, we had a run by Mostert, and then we had Emmanuel Sanders passing a touchdown to Raheem Mostert down the sideline.
Hands down the sketchiest throw I've seen. It was like, he didn't look like, at first I'm like, he's going to throw it. And then he's like...
Falling backwards?
Then he just chucks it, falling backwards. I'm like, what the okay, and then you see he's got Mozart, so you're like, this is gonna work. This guy just stepped in dog shit.
And they said during practice a lot of times the throw was bad.
Yeah.
It didn't work out.
I'm like, why would you call it now? What the fuck?
And when they were probably bad in practice with a guy further away from him, he was like fucking on top of him.
Yeah, that's what he said. He goes, I think Shanahan was like, he threw some ducks in practice, and that was without a guy. He's like, we didn't expect to have the line. I don't know. He explained it, with actual football lingo. He's like, we didn't expect to have the Mike linebacker right through whatever. So, let's get up.
When you watch really great football games and you come away at the end, you end up thinking about a lot of the shit that happened in the second half. This game was... There was big shit that happened in the second half, don't get me wrong, but...
the first half was...
When I came away from this game, and I was still thinking of shit that happened in the first half, that was fucking
nuts. I would say the first half was almost more bonkers.
This was the best game since the 49ers-Saints playoff game.
Probably, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
it's the best game, 49ers-wise, since the last time we played them in the playoffs.
I don't know. That Patriots on Sunday night that you guys went to was pretty sweet.
Yeah, I don't know. That Saints game, though, was...
No, because that was different.
Yeah, we were blowing them out in that game.
Blowing them out.
It was a blowout, and then they came back.
Start, literally.
Edge of the seat.
Kickoff to the last second.
Edge of the seat.
Edge of the seat, action, RPMs at 1,000,000.
I'll say this. I felt more intense watching the Seattle Monday Nighter we had than I did this one.
It was longer.
That one, you could cut the tension with a fucking knife, and this game could go any way on any play. This one was just like it's like watching college football at that point.
Yeah, this was more like fun.
They're going to score.
Yeah, this was more fun.
That Seattle game, my heart was out of my fucking chest.
This game, I think the blood pressure was the same on both. Like, my heart was racing on both, but the Seattle one was way more stressful.
Tense.
Way more stressful.
Yeah. So we had a key 3rd and 10 conversion pass to Kittle, followed up by a big run by Breda, and that drive was capped off with a Mostert touchdown run right up the middle. I think 3 guys got arms on him, nobody got him down. Coming out of halftime, Jimmy's first pass out of halftime goes to Sanders, who holds on despite taking a big hit to that midsection that
he took a couple.
Yeah, he took a big hit, held on.
He's not a big dude, but he takes big hits, and he gets right up and lets everybody know he's fine.
Can we talk about
That's what I like about him.
Can we talk about when Juszczyk got hit in the head
and totally faked it?
Totally flopped it. I was like...
I still don't think he did.
100%.
100%.
There's no way.
100%.
He came back. I was shocked he came back.
In this climate, the way that they test for concussions... Right. If his head hurt that bad that he had to hold it with two hands,
and like,
there's 0% chance he passes protocol.
I agree.
0%. He knew I'm getting a fucking flag on this now.
No, because they didn't throw him until he was like,
Yeah, 1,000,000%. You could cough on someone's head and it's a concussion in the protocol.
I know.
No way.
So after Emmanuel Sanders took the big hit, his second pass of the game goes off Emmanuel Sanders' hands. A little far out there. Wasn't a perfect throw by any means, but does this have to happen every single fucking week? So,
and in this game, you have to figure when you make 35 passing attempts, there's more likely something, the more that it goes on.
At that point in the game, I have already grown accustomed to, they're going to score on every single time they touch the ball, and we're going to score it's like there's no margin for error, so that turnover was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. But then for whatever it's worth, the defense holds them to 3.
Yep, defense held them to 3, and then they end up forcing a turnover, which we'll get to later, and we ended up taking advantage of that. So we get the ball back. They force a fumble on Alvin Kamara, and then, sorry, I lost my spot here.
Farts.
So, yeah, that was the Jimmy to Kittle touchdown around the end, and I'm not entirely sure that. How is that a touchdown when the ball is on the outside of the pylon?
I know. Yeah. They count it, but I don't know how.
How?
I don't know.
Whatever. I'm not arguing it. Then they went back and looked at it.
Yeah.
Well, fuck it, right?
Yeah. I would be fuming on the other side.
Yeah, they say that. They say as long as it's over the pylon. But how does that work?
You can't advance the ball if the ball's out of bounds.
I know.
No.
Well, fuck it.
Unless you get it, hold it out of bounds and bring it back in. But
yeah, if you don't touch out of bounds, you can.
Yes.
Like you can run down the sideline and go like that.
That ball was never at any point in time on the inside of that pylon.
It was sketchy.
Yeah.
I thought for sure Kittle was going to have another touchdown called back.
Yeah.
So early fourth quarter, you had Kendrick Bourne digging deep on a 3rd and 6 conversion. He caught a little out route and he hustled to that first down marker and dove for it. Big balls by him. And then you talked about personal foul hit on Juszczyk gives us a 1st and goal. And that was another touchdown pass to Kendrick Bourne, and I just got to say the protection from the offensive line on that play to give Jimmy the time to roll out left was absolutely phenomenal. Staley put one guy straight on his ass that was coming for Jimmy, and a big throw by Jimmy. That was just fucking everything that you want.
Yeah, there were a couple passing plays where he had so much fucking time it was laughable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he was more or less dancing back there. You know what I mean? Like, just whatever.
And the Saints are one of the better pass rushing teams in the NFL. I would even put them top 5.
Yeah,
so offensive line showed out today. Or not today, that day. So you got 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. Jimmy converts a 3rd and 2 with his legs.
Yeah,
that was wild.
Looking a little bit more comfortable.
That was wild.
You see, they almost shorted him on that one.
He was not happy.
He was not happy at all. But anyway, so I think a few plays later, he had the end around to Debo that goes for a big gain. And this is where Ben Garland made one of the most underrated plays of the game. He's hustling 15 yards downfield and just throws his body at a defender. Had he not done that, Debo Samuel would have been tackled there. Instead, Debo goes for another 20 yards because of Ben Garland.
Beast.
Just hustling.
Benny G.
And, the climax of the game, George Kittle, how does my dick taste?
Ugh. I love how he said, once I saw his hand on my face mask, I just started smiling because I knew I was going to get another 15, so I just had to get as many yards as I could.
The best part of that play is the third guy that has to jump on top of him to get him to the ground.
Yes.
That's my favorite part.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, George Kittle is just a fucking... It
was like backyard football. It was like the biggest guy in the neighborhood running with the ball and all of the little guys trying to tackle him.
Is George Kittle the best player the 49ers have had in the last 15 years? I mean, seriously.
15.
Have we ever... I mean, I know you got Willis, you got Bowman, you got Justin Smith, the whole 9 yards, but I'm just talking about... T.O., yeah, I mean...
I'm not going yet. He certainly has a higher ceiling than anyone at that position ever.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing.
I mean, who's the best tight end there's ever been?
Tony Gonzalez.
I would say Gronk.
Gonzalez or Gronkowski, depending on what you're rating.
Gates.
He certainly can pass all of them.
Agreed.
Yeah.
If he stays healthy and everything goes great.
And that's just in the receiving.
Oh, no, I'm talking everything. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, as far as what he does as a blocker is just
he's not a
next
good
level.
blocker.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Somebody asked him about it this week. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
He goes, I think I put enough on tape. You can go look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, he had the highest, like, whatever,
Run
Pro
blocking
Football
grade.
Focus. Yeah, run blocking grade out of all tight ends this week.
Yeah, just absolute. What a fucking showing from Shanahan, from Jimmy G, from just everybody.
Except the defense. But yeah, that was the other thing. Like I said, I was getting my balls broke about the defense, and I was like, hold on. He's like, my cousin was saying, you're never going to go anywhere with a defense like that. I said, hey, bud.
Yeah, why would you even engage?
I know.
If somebody said that to me, I would laugh hysterically
but it's
in their
him,
face.
and you know I can't.
They're number
I
one
can't
ranked
help
everything
I know.
before that game.
I said, prior to this game, you understand that they've let up like less than 140 yards passing each game. You understand that, right? And he just doesn't, he got all the answers.
Yeah, I mean, do you have any idea how many good defenses I've seen get smoked in the Superdome
Yeah.
over the years?
Yeah.
Did you see?
And, I mean, it's a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, with
With
the
a Hall
leading
of Fame
wide
head coach.
receiver in the league right now and a Hall of Fame head coach.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Did you see Shanahan say, I played in that stadium a lot, and I thought about it, I'm like, oh, yeah. He's like, that was some of the loudest I've ever heard it.
What's crazy is everyone was also praising how much 49ers presence there was.
Yeah.
So how did the smaller crowd make it that loud?
Yeah.
Something shady going on there.
Yeah, maybe a little artificial noise.
Yeah, just saying. I will say also, when we were in Baltimore, a lot of that noise sounded like it was behind us.
Yo, no.
But we're like at the top.
It's funny you
Something-
say that, Rob.
I'm just putting it out
because
there.
I spent obviously the second half downstairs, and I didn't have any proof of this, right? But I definitely heard noise coming, as you're saying, from the outer wall of the stadium coming in.
Yeah, it was
and
weird.
And it would only happen when it was supposed to happen. And there was a certain sound to it that wasn't necessarily people. It was a noise. I think they were
A couple times I went, that
Yeah.
sounds like it's behind me.
100%.
And there's no wall to echo off.
It's odd that you said that too, because I heard that from inside.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's sketchy.
a little bit.
Maybe everybody does it, maybe they don't, but yeah,
who
I
knows?
could totally see it.
Maybe it happens at
If you
Levi's
recall,
too.
Falcons got some draft picks taken away from them for getting found out about
Oh,
that.
shit.
They pumping in artificial noise. Yeah, I think they lost a fourth and a fifth.
Were they videotaping the other team?
Unreal.
All right, defense. Anybody got anything else on the offense?
It was too much. I can't even keep track of
Yeah.
I
it.
don't know where. Yeah, they're good. The best.
Thank God Kittle was the one at the end because he did have some crucial drops. There was at least 2 crucial drops he had, and it's so uncharacteristic.
Yeah, he
you
usually
can't get
doesn't.
mad about it.
Yeah.
But thank God he got to redeem himself, and in a big way.
All right, defense off the top.
Before we do defense,
Okay,
can we just say about the special teams play, or are you going to do that after?
after.
Okay.
Defense off the top. 465 total yards allowed, 349 passing, 116 rushing. We allowed 511 on third down, 2 for 3 on fourth down, 4 for 4 in the red zone. We had 0 sacks, which I don't think is accurate, 3 hits, and 6 tackles for loss, and we forced 1 turnover. Opening drive showed some good early on with you got pressure from Bosa forcing an incompletion and a pass breakup by Richard Sherman on the sideline covering Taysom Hill. And I fucking can't stand him.
Ugh.
Taysom Hill.
Ugh.
And it also showed a lot of bad. Most notably, 2 missed tackles. Not just the one that went for the touchdown, but 2 missed tackles by Marcel Harris on that drive. That one that gave up a touchdown, another one gave up a first down.
How lucky were we that they KO'd the tight end?
Yeah, it looked like he was in line for a fucking day.
Yeah, I told my buddy, I said, "Nighty night, cocksucker." He got a kick out of that.
Yep.
Fuck him.
So the second drive, you had Bosa and Kwan blow up a sweep toss for nearly 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage, but that drive still ends up going for a touchdown pass to Cook, and like you said, Witherspoon gets flagged for a clean hit, a completely clean hit. I don't even think he touched his helmet with his jersey. That was bullshit.
Hey, did they change the rule on what a catch is?
And that's another thing. Was it a catch or was it not a catch?
I thought you had to survive the ground.
That's what they've been preaching for years.
On the show, they said when he hit the ground, he lost it, and that's okay.
I did not think that was a touchdown.
Yeah, I thought you had to survive the ground.
And even
So
I had other
strange.
people text me, because my phone was going bonkers. I think, obviously it was shown all over the country, but people were telling me that's not a touchdown.
What's strange
you want me to do
about
about
it
it?
to me is I think it's right. I think it should be a touchdown. I just didn't think the rules had it a touchdown. Because if you're Drew Brees and you can jump over top of the pile and just push the ball across that line and that's a touchdown, immediately, whatever happens after that, if it gets fumbled, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Then that should also be a touchdown.
Right.
But I just thought you had to go through the catch through the ground.
Exactly.
That's all.
So what happens after that touchdown is what really gets my dick hard. And this is coaching at its finest. They run a 2-point conversion on a sweep to Taysom Hill, and every single defender knew exactly what was coming. And they completely blow that 2-point conversion up. Like, he didn't even have a chance. Fred Warner and Marcel Harris were all over
They
it.
blew both of them up, right?
Big play.
The second one was a pass, but this one was like, all right, you could tell by watching that play, every single one of those defenders knew exactly what the Saints were running, and that's coaching.
Big player there.
I was dry heaving after the second,
Now, I heard somebody this week bring up the theory that why did Peyton run a 2-point conversion in that situation when it was they were up 13-7. And somebody suggested that Sean Payton was trying to assert his dominance as a coach.
How'd that go for you?
That's cool.
Yeah, it's real fucked.
So,
Everybody knows it was because of the penalty that
Yeah.
they went for 2.
Oh, I didn't know. I don't know. Whatever.
There was a
I don't
penalty
need
on the play
explanation.
before, so it was half the distance to the goal.
Oh.
yeah.
So it makes the 2 points easier.
Oh, closer. Yeah. Oh, right on.
So, defense later on, they're forced to defend a short 30-yard field following a big punt return by the Saints. They had a few of those this game.
Kickoff returns, those cunts.
Yeah. And they end up giving up another score, and they fall behind 20-7. Early second quarter, our defense can't tackle for shit. That entire drive, I mean, I swear there must have been 8 missed tackles on that one drive alone, but then they end up getting inside the 10, and they end up stiffening up, show some stout. But the Saints get to a 4th and goal at the half-yard line, and Breeze is able to reach over the pile for a touchdown on 4th down.
Fuck him.
But, I mean,
Just die.
they couldn't tackle for shit, but they sure as fuck stiffened up inside the 10. And just Nick fucking Bosa, just single-handedly ending
what
a drive.
What a fucking monster. The fucking batted pass.
While being, there's that one where he batted the pass down, and
Right.
then there's the other one where he was being held and he still blows up the play in the backfield.
Yeah, they don't credit him for a sack on that, but whatever.
And
because he pulled his fucking nutsack out all over that guy's fucking head.
I have no idea why that wasn't a sack. My only theory would have been is Breeze out wide because he's the quarterback, and then that Taysom Hill doesn't. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
That was a sack. And
I even said maybe it's a wildcat because he's considered a running back, but
No.
he was the only guy back there.
Taysom Hill is listed as a quarterback,
and he was the only guy in the backfield.
and he was the only quarterback
Very
out there.
strange.
I need answers on that.
Was Breeze out wide?
No, he wasn't. I looked.
Because that could be.
That would have been my
Yeah,
theory,
yeah.
but no, he wasn't out
Considered
there.
a trick play.
Hey, did you guys happen to see on Instagram Bosa, his brother, and his father having like arm wrestling, the boxing punching machine, like all these different bar game competition between the three of them?
No.
It's worth it's not awesome, but it's pretty interesting. It's a weird look into, it's like a Levi sponsored type of thing or something. It's pretty interesting.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, if I find it, I'll send it.
So, once again, the defense has tried it out there later on to defend another short field out of halftime. That was after the Emmanuel Sanders tipped interception. And Akello has a pass break up on 3rd down, and forced the Saints to settle for a field goal. Kello had a good game. Mm-hmm. He played well. Then we had DJ Jones forcing the fumble on Kamara to give our offense a short field. They end up capitalizing on that. And there was the Michael Thomas no-call offensive pass interference on Akello, which surely would have been an interception, I think. Unless, I don't know, Akello hasn't showed the greatest hands in the world, but he would have had a decent fucking shot had he not got pulled down by his fucking helmet. Whatever.
They did let him play a lot.
Yeah, they did. Nick Bosa tipping the swing pass, killing another drive on third down.
Tipping it.
And then we get midway through the fourth. There's a holding penalty on Sherman that negates a Bosa sack, which would have forced the Saints into a 4th and 7.
That one was brutal.
Brutal. And I didn't even see. I could have gone to all 22. I didn't end up checking it out. They didn't show the penalty. They didn't show the hold. Whatever.
Brutal timing.
Instead, they get a fresh set of downs. You know what their first play was after they get a fresh set of downs? It was a 50-yard pass to Michael Thomas.
Of course.
You know what the second play of that drive was?
A touchdown.
An 18-yard touchdown pass to Michael Thomas.
It happens.
We talked about Akello almost icing the game with an interception with 1 minute left. And then we let the Saints score with 53 seconds left, and there were 2 missed tackles on Traquan Smith.
I mean, at that point, you should just let them score anyway.
I think it's safe to say that by the end of this game, the defense was tired. You couldn't blame them for being tired. Drew Brees ran them ragged all over that field the entire game. So,
I don't know. After that game, I felt like I was 23, high on cocaine, trying to fall asleep. It was 4:45 a.m. and the birds are chirping. I was so fun. I mean, no bullshit. I had to sit down and take a breather after that game just to get it together and do a little self-inventory.
I think you could have trotted out the 85 Bears. You could have trotted out the 2001 Buccaneers. You could have, or Ravens, the 2002 Buccaneers. You could have trotted out any historic defense over the years, and Drew Brees was having that day he was having against anybody.
Yeah, it's really at least 3 times in the fourth quarter. I said, let's say four times. I said, the game is over, and 2 times where we won, and 2 times where we lost. Like there, multiple times I went, that's the game.
Yep.
And then it felt like there was a whole nother quarter.
Yeah, agreed.
In 1 minute. Like
Yep.
how does that even happen? What's strange about it is how good we feel after that win. When 2 weeks prior, we blew out Green Bay, and it didn't feel as good.
Right.
Like, that should have felt more, like you would think, on paper, you win by 2 points over the Saints, or you win by 1,000,000 points over Green Bay. That's the one where you're like, yeah, dominated.
Coming into this
but not the same.
Coming into this game, my expectation, and I think a lot of people's expectation, was this is going to be a repeat
Closer
of
to the
Green
Green
Bay
Bay game.
all over again.
So strange.
And it did not end up that way, but I think what you saw from this team was they won in a new way that they hadn't won this year. And I think they've officially checkmarked every single possible way you can win a game. They've done it this year.
Yeah, I think, yes, the fact that it was a different way, but also, you know, you're on the road, you're in an extremely difficult place to play, and you're going blow for blow with a Hall of Famer. So I think that is maybe a little more gratifying, you know, than just a fucking colossal ass kicking.
Yeah.
It's safe to say. The one thing I wanted to discuss about the special teams, Steven, was on the fake punt, about how the player...
Tavarius Moore.
Right. He knew exactly how to play that. He knew that he could get away by more or less tackling that guy down the fucking field.
That's coaching.
And exactly. He
It
knew
is
what to
coaching.
do, and he did it.
And it was also, I feel
Heads
like
up, you know?
it was on the 49er sideline. So I'm wondering, while he's covering that
Yelling.
gunner,
Hit him! Hit
they're
him!
all yelling, fake, 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 fake.
Punch him in the dick!
Yeah.
It also, if
'Cause-
Peyton was crying for a holding,
Yes.
if you saw that.
Yeah.
But Pereira explained it. It also is not a holding.
No.
Pereira said the play was completely clean.
Yes.
Because after they said Peyton wants a hold, I was like, ooh, maybe it was a holding.
Yeah, it might have. Yeah,
Or
it might have been
PI.
that.
PI.
No.
Or hold. Either one.
It was 100% not PI. It's
No.
it's elite. You cannot call
can't.
PI on a punt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if they're
If
lined
you're
up
in a
for
punt formation,
Yes.
there's no such thing as PI.
Right.
0. But there is holding. There's still holding on punts.
True.
And that's what if you watch Peyton, that's what he's yelling. It was a hold.
And I was concerned that
and I was like, oh, it might have been. But Pereira said something about the. I didn't. He explained it all, but he said 100% clean play.
Tavarius Moore also the only one to make a standout special teams tackle the entire game.
Yeah, look, that was like a little scary in the beginning.
We only had one really good special teams tackle, and it came from Tavarius Moore.
After the first or second return, I was like, can we just kick this through the end zone?
Yeah, do something.
Enough of this.
My only question about the defense is, why was Marcel Harris playing deep safety while Jimmy Ward was playing in the box? And you would think that it would be polar opposite.
Is that a zone
or if you're going to do that, you'd put Tarvarius Moore in, not Marcel Harris.
Exactly.
That was the weird part.
Exactly. If you want a guy back there to play free safety, you put Tarvarius Moore in there. If you want a guy to thump in the box and on running downs, fill in for Kwaski Tart, you put in Marcel Harris. But yet Marcel Harris was the one that got burned for the touchdown on Jared Cook, and he also missed a bunch of tackles in the open field.
It was odd.
He had a rough game.
Yeah.
Ooh. It's the beast of the week, and these men are gonna fuck you till you're weak.
I almost am refusing to give the offensive beast of the week to a single player, because how can you possibly choose, especially between two guys? How can you choose between two individuals here?
I will if you can't, but that's
please
fine.
do.
Okay.
I can't make the decision.
James Garoppolo. It is, I mean, as you saw Dr. York get emotional in the locker room. Did you see that?
Yes.
And said, Jimmy, this is the best game you've ever played, which is kind of creepy and an odd thing to say, but all right, we'll give it to him. And I don't know if it was his best game or not, but he went head-to-head. You know, the spotlight was on him. The question marks were on him, not to us, not from us, but from the doubters, and he put any questions to bed. So that's why I'm giving him. The pressure was on him, and he fucking delivered.
It's hard to argue with.
Yeah, extremely hard, which is why I can't make the decision.
I was gonna say I have to give it to Emmanuel Sanders just because, yeah, it's cool that Jimmy can throw for touchdowns, but Emmanuel can throw for them and also catch them.
I mean, it's hard to argue there either.
I'm going to go Garoppolo. He's the captain of this ship.
Yeah.
When you score that many points, I got to give it to the captain.
Just based on you guys covering all bases, the guy that made the play of the game and just defines the word beast.
Oh, yeah. I mean, no doubt.
George Kittle.
Easily could have went to Kittle.
Did anyone listen or watch Mic'd Up this week?
No, it was Armstead, right?
Yeah, he doesn't talk a lot, so it's a lot of That's a lot of that.
Yeah.
But he after Kittle makes that play, he goes, "He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT." And then he goes, "Best tight end in the league." And whoever he's standing with, I think it's Buckner, goes, "By far." Like they couldn't even.
I mean, they were
like laughing. He goes, "By far."
They play against him.
I mean, my God.
He also on the fake punt. He's walking with somebody from the Saints, and he goes, "No PI on a punt," because they're all bitching for it.
Yeah.
Okay, defensive side of the ball.
Easy for me. I go Bosa.
Easy for me. It's Bosa.
I as well would want to go Bosa, but I'm going to do a little different here. I don't know how or what or how you even say this, but I'm giving it to the 2-point conversion defense as a whole. They went 0 for 2, and it mattered the most. That was what deterred. That was the.
I think you would give that one to the players. Deserve credit for sure, but I think that's a lot of coaching right there.
Okay, well, we'll give it to everybody involved. Salad, yeah.
Salad days.
Salad.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Nick Bosa. I mean, I can't even put into words the impact that he's had.
Yeah, somebody.
The NFL Network has played this game, I think, every night since it happened, just trying to milk every drop out of it they can. So last night I had some work to do on my iPad. And so I just put it on. I don't watch much TV, so I just put it on. I figured this will keep me in good spirits. I'll keep looking up at this. And every time I looked up, it was Bosa doing something. Pressuring someone, batting a ball down, sacking Taysom Hill, no matter what the fucking stats people say. He was, like, everywhere on it.
Do you recall when we drafted him, my narrative on him was, this guy is ready to go day one. But
no, I don't remember you liking him out of the draft.
Yeah,
I feel like
I don't remember
you were a doubter.
Him
I remember Joe.
My spiel on him was this guy is going to make an impact day one, but his ceiling, he's close to his ceiling already. So what you see year one is the gist of what you're going to get for the rest of his career. I mean, I don't know. I was right, but for the wrong reasons. I mean, his ceiling is Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
I just wanted the black
How much
guy
better
'cause I
can
don't
he
like
get?
white people, but fuck it. I mean, what he's doing, I don't care. He's whoo.
Ridiculous. He is ridiculous.
He's got the hardest challenge for him becoming Defensive Player of the Year is going to be Fred Warner. Because having two guys on the same team that are playing so well is going to be tough.
Yeah. I don't think Fred Warner's in the running for Defensive Player of the Year.
He was Defensive Player of the Month.
He was 100%.
That's got to put you in the running.
100%, but he doesn't have the national name. That's all it is.
He wins that one more time and he will.
I still don't think so.
Who knows?
He wasn't a high draft pick. Same thing with Bowman. Remember the year fucking Bowman was supposed to get it and Luke Kuechly got it? You know why?
Name.
Because he's white.
Well, that too, but Kuechly was also a...
Same reason Bosa's going to get it instead of Warner.
Exactly. No, I assure you Bosa wins it. Maybe not this year because he's a rookie, but next year they'll give it to him on like a subpar year just because he's white.
TJ Watt.
Kuechly was a top 10 pick. Bowman was a third rounder that slipped under the radar. Same thing with Steady Freddy. Steady Freddy, third rounder, slipped under the radar. And that's all it is. You need to come into this league with a name in order to get the recognition that you probably deserve.
All right.
What do we got next? Wrap it up.
Yeah, so email us, you fuckheads. Tell us, I've been thinking about this. Tell us if you'd want maybe something silly for the playoffs, if you have anything in mind, because it appears that the 49ers are going to be playing in those this year. And since we've been doing this shit show of a podcast, we haven't really got to experience much of the playoffs. So if you have any ideas for a playoff party or, whatever, email us in, goldbloodedpodcast@gmail.com. You can also reach us via the Instagram or see some things. Curran does some things over there. Every now and again, you'll get a post out of me. That is Gold Blooded Podcast, one word. Listen, fucks, a lot of you people make a lot more money than us, and we don't make any money with this podcast. Our machines are busted. The house is falling apart. Send ducats. And how we do that is with the Patreon. It's www.patreon.com/Gold Blooded Podcast. Right?
That's it.
You could leave a donation. It's like, 50 cents a month, $1 a month, $500 a month, $1 billion a month, whatever you and your family can afford. Send it over to us and our family, and we will put it back into the podcast. So, great times for you cunts. Anything else? Oh, reviews, you fucks. If you're going to be too cheap, then at least go to your listening platform, however the fuck that may be.
I'm looking at you, Podbeaners.
Stitcher, the Purple Podcast app on your iPhone. Leave a review. Say, hey, these guys are funny. They know things. Whoa, 5 stars. Whoa.
They're funny and they don't know things.
Whatever. With that said, fuck off.
I want to end this podcast with 2 words.
Okay.
Horsecock.